Oh no.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Live from TeamBoydTV Studios, it's the dopest live NFL show on the internet, providing the hottest takes, up-to-date news and moves, and the latest NFL reactions. It's TeamBoydTV Live, introducing the bad boys of NFL sports talk, the Raven Shogun, JB, the Sage of Sports, Glass, and your host, Big Q. It's about to get rough, and it's about to get raw. It's game time. Welcome to TeamBoydTV Live.
What's happening, everybody? What's going on? I gotta turn my camera on. That's what I need to do first of all. I don't know why y'all didn't do that. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? But let's start. We got TeamBoydTV on the air. TeamBoydTV Live is on the air. And I'm your boy, Big Q. This is TeamBoydTV Live. We want to apologize first and foremost about the last couple weeks. We had one thing after another was happening. Couldn't bring you guys to the show. We definitely apologize for that. But you know, of course, I never come alone. I never come by myself. All the time, my homies with me. I got the Sage of Sports Glass in the building. What's going on, Glass?
What's up, fam? JP, Big Q, everybody out to the social media. We're glad that you joined us on the show.
And man, I got the cameras all in the wrong spots. It's okay. It's all good. Everything is out of whack, but now I'm gonna have to get my shit together.
Am I running this show?
Don't you always? Anyway, we got the Raven Show. JB in the building. What's going on, JB? What's happening?
What's up? What up? What up? Like, it's been a little while, but we back.
That's good, man. I got trivia. We've been missing, but I know we got to get into the match. I don't know if we can get time for it. We're going to try to stay as fast as possibly can. What I want to do, we got a story about Des Bryant showing up to the game and getting pulled because you got hit with COVID-19. We're going to talk about that. We also have on tap. We're going to talk about Glass. We had a conversation about cartoons for the long time. Man, it's get put to the pocket right now. So we had that situation going on with cartoons. We'll dive into that one. I think it was last week, not this past week. I think the week before we missed it. The whole Greg Williams New York Jets. But that was actually last weekend, right? They had a chance to get to not be winners no more and the dopest defensive play ever to remain winless and stay in the hunt for the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. We got all that in.
People telling me that it's choppy. I don't know if we can even fix that.
No, we're going to look because everything.
Let's move out.
Yeah, let's move out. But Glass, look, we're gonna kick the show off with a tribute to one of my favorite plays. We're gonna talk about this because listen, it's playoff time. We're gonna take one last unofficial look at the playoff picture before things get real in a few weeks. Right? Everything will finally get slotted into place. Kicking off in the charge. We gotta talk about man, Mr. Baker Mayfield. And I want look. There was a question about his accuracy. A question about his leadership. There was a question about a lot of stuff about Mr. Baker Mayfield. And I want you to look at his glorious brilliance, being able to deliver these passes on the run. Jake, I got which one of your favorite players? I know you don't have much to say about this one. This one to Miles. Let's look at this one. So you're a fan of stuff like this. This is your favorite stuff. You love stuff like this, right? You love stuff like this, Jimmy. You love that.
What a play at?
Did you not say say this: is it not about time? You first of all recognize that what Stefanski that went into Cleveland done, along with the leader to get a big midfield. How much better this team is without the diva prospect and Odell Beckham Jr. And most of this is because of Baker Mayfield's brilliance, right?
Whoa. You don't put words in our mouth right there. Number one, congratulations to the Cleveland Browns. What are they, 9-4, 9-3?
Absolutely. Yes.
9-3. And ain't because of Baker Mayfield. Now, I give credit to the head coach. He made sugar out of itch. You say better with Odell, but he had a great game from week 13. Joe week 2, week 3, week 7, 8. If you see it, make Mayfield still prove something. Not in the record, not because of Baker Mayfield. You just get that straight.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I like let's have that one. I like to have that one. But Jimmy, you got to admit, come on, man, look at the culture over there. And I mean, he couldn't do this. He couldn't be able to pull this off and get that bit. 9-3 in the AFC North with juggernaut like the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Come on, bro. You gotta get this group of some props. You got to.
Oh, I would give the Cleveland Browns props. I'm not giving Baker Mayfield the props. I think the Cleveland Steelers props.
Defense is great. This is great. It is, right?
Oh, yeah, it could be outside, man.
I'll say that, we've seen the Denver Broncos quarterback. Your team come in for Bridgewater and do all right. All I'm saying is that the Cleveland Browns got 30 plus years of having 1 or 2 big games, and some years none because they went. You gotta do better. You owe your fan base more than just having a good game. So no problem.
What do you mean good game? Look, you realize the Cleveland Browns are on the precipice breaking a streak. Yeah, but they had the great cloud hanging over their head for years. And Baker Mayfield, 2020, that streak is over. Yeah. Okay.
And a leap year with a global pandemic. Boy, go ahead.
What you want to do?
He made a good point, bro. Go ahead, man. I want to discredit. I forgot JB got the bias right there because it's a team that I give Cleveland Browns a lot of credit. And a lot better in the past 2 years. Get to the playoffs this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know why y'all refuse to acknowledge. I give JB a pass because it's been around.
For this week, them two, who would give the impressive week win too. So, like
you want to set it up? Let's set it up. What was impressive? The Washington football team said early last week, like this was in the works all week long. So when it happened, who was surprised, right? But when that clock retro was in that Cleveland Tennessee game, a lot of folks were negative what we were saying.
I go first. I would have to give the more impressive win to Cleveland in the fact that they did
So Jimmy, it was, listen, it was what it was, man. It was a good team. Everybody put their point. Look at this stuff.
As you asked, Pastor, I think it will be satisfying for both teams. Pittsburgh Steelers been sitting around collecting dust, you know, when they gonna play Washington professional football. Say snap on them. They gonna put that do what they had to do. On the other side, the Browns did what they had to do. Let's not forget, they was blowing out the Titans and give the Titans probably 2 more minutes.
That's true.
Probably a different story.
True.
Yeah, but the game
42.
was 60 minutes, so, you know.
I'm just saying. Like I said, both of them, hey, they do what they had to do. They should be happy with it.
Yeah. I just wanted to make maybe a little bit of appreciation. Listen, I don't understand why I don't like spice in the playoffs. I don't like spice in the postseason. I like my postseason a little spicy. I'm telling
So what do you consider spicy?
I consider spice. I consider we're gonna see out of the NFC. That's a little bit of spice, right?
All the stuff that you saying right now, you should have been last year. You don't get to get criticized and told. You can't be the man before you the man.
Wow, how many years was Cam
The way he is now last year, LeBron deserved to be all that this year after the MVP. Pat Mahomes needs to be that guy right now, but they're not because the ability to first. That's why I don't.
And listen, and
last week, if you act like Mr. Swag-tastic this week, you deserve it. You earned that.
but you see, no, he didn't do all that. Cam did what he was supposed to do. He see all that extra stuff. And listen, to give you a rebuttal on Patrick and Lamar and all them. Look, it happened early for them. MVPs came early. You know what? How many years was Cam in the league before he got to the Super Bowl? Before he got MVP? 6 years? 6 years to get MVP? You know what I mean?
But Cam was, he made him the winner, and it was Baker's job to make Cleveland a winner.
I think that's what he did.
He had the dab energy before he even won a few games.
You know,
He had at home with Baker going on before he could call himself a winner.
okay. You know,
And the NFL wanted Baker Mayfield to be the man because he was making commercials before he played the first game.
that's
They had a whole list of them. They just knew that he was going to blow.
well, you know, he's a marketable individual. Look, you know what? People like Lamar, you don't see him on commercials because he's not a marketable individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is.
Don't see a whole lot of special in Baker.
Well, you will.
I would have to make. He's a man staff one of them. I might be short-changing staff.
Ooh.
Yeah, you sure take him, bro.
You know what? I ain't gonna let y'all beat my boy Baker down like that. I'm gonna move on because
Okay, good. Because I got a whole lot more.
Hey, y'all gonna give Baker a chance to shine. Y'all ain't gonna do that. Let's talk about a little bit more serious. Check this out. Here's my man Ryan Clark, who always make his way on our shows because he always had a lot of takes talking about Des Bryant.
You almost wish that they just wouldn't put them and just trick us and put the wool over our eyes because Des Bryant was on the field in the game. Des Bryant was hugging the Cowboy staff, warming up with obviously players in the room and on his own team. So that's scary. It's scary to know that even with constant testing, that you have a guy preparing to play the game who's COVID positive. And I think, on the other side of it, the football side of it, sucks for Des, don't it? Like, it seems like dude can't catch a break. He's obviously getting an opportunity to play against his old team. He's extremely excited, and it's not like they told him in the morning. Or they told him the day before. You got to the stadium, you probably took some zip vids or some pre-work, you fired up, you got your juvie, hot boys on your headphones, and then come get you until you can't play. Like, that has to be a difficult situation for Des. So the way the whole thing transpired is definitely strange. The NFL says, contact tracing, everything, they all the players. Obviously, it just sucked with the timing for Des Bryant.
All right, so that is. Des Bryant shows up ready to go. Like Ryan said, his Hot Boys, Julie and the Hot Boys in the headphones, ready to get busy, play against his old team. And they shut him down, guys. I know you done had your whole spiel. I know you like they were talking about the COVID thing all the time. They moving the shuffling games around, and that whole thing got to be getting on my nerves. We missed the Thursday night game last week. Got the whole stage
Wednesday game.
you know what I mean? But man, to see something like this type of nowhere, they shut my man down. And he been doing all of that. He out on the field doing all of this. And they talk about that. Like, that is rough.
I blame the NFL totally on that situation because to me, you trying to honestly try playing games, and like I told you before, I don't think we should have had a season. That's just me. And I see we in week 13, so kudos. But a lot of mishaps has happened. That is just a glaring mishap because as fast as you can get results from you gonna wait till this man suited up on the field, just like Frank Fox said, he's hugging everybody on the team. Now you got to me, you gotta check the Cowboys, make sure they all right. You know what I'm saying? So this could have been stopped if you had did the test like you're supposed to 2 hours before game time. You get the result. You tell the man right there. You don't tell the man while he's on the field warming. I mean, it was like minutes before the game even started. That's all the NFL's fault in that situation.
Man, you know, I've been trying to give the NFL the benefit of the doubt because this is new. I mean, the world is adapting to figure this thing out, right? You know, and I think the NFL has been doing a hell of a job, like, you know, whatever they've been doing, trying to, you know, combat or get through this single season left. You know, then we got this postseason we're going to try to get through. We're going to try to have a championship game. I mean, literally got like 2, and I mean, you know, after everything, man, like, they let something like this happen. I don't know. I'm on the side of the
Okay, I'm going to jump in here. I ain't giving NFL no credit because, number one, damn it, we shouldn't have fans in the stand. Out of 100, a couple of thousand. Right. NBA didn't have fans in the stand. NBA had a bowl. And I understand we got a lot of moving pieces, a lot of players in the NFL, but you got to do better. Yeah. No fans in the stands. And when it comes playoff time, I don't know if they talk about it. I heard rumors they talk about having a bubble. You got to have a bubble.
Yeah, you know,
something looking like a bubble.
The fans are the thing to spread money grab, especially in Dallas. I mean, if you're looking at Dallas, you definitely tell them what happened.
Okay, I've said this before, time and time again. How is this a money grab when out comes 117,000, 60,000 people in the stadium? You still got to maintain lights and everything because you got fans wasting money for 100,000 people.
You know, but
it makes sense to me, man.
But Jerry Jones letting in 10,000. I think the kickoff show way back at the beginning of the season, Kansas City had about 15,000. Man, that's a lot of money. I mean, of course, that gate revenue was missing this whole season. Ain't nobody getting no gate money. Exactly. So if you let in a couple thousand here and there, I mean, maybe it's for a team morale more than a money grab. But I think they, you know,
the stadium.
I see them.
My wife even walked by like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's great. What you think about it, JB?
Well, I agree with Glad that the NFL is totally on the hook for this because he was only warming up. They only came back. They only tested him again before the game because his first test was inconclusive. So you shouldn't even been warming up. You didn't get no answer.
Wow.
And you just based on how he was looking and feeling, you thought, well, you know, you just told yourself, well, hell, it's going to come back negative. You look fine.
Right.
And that negligent people hugging opposing teams, players, you know, that's the NFL. So, I mean, they might as well have kept it quiet and let him play. But at the same time, you shouldn't have let him do anything until his test came, until you got a conclusive answer. So it is on them. But for Dez, just himself, you know, just how he feel about it, I mean, it could be worse. It could be an Achilles again.
Right.
You just gotta, this is something you can get over.
I mean, this was 14 days.
You know, you definitely wanted to be in this game.
Right.
But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah. You know, it's rough, but you know, it's like, I know y'all dragging the NFL for, but I mean, like, listen, I think they're doing the best they can. And you know, I know I say it all the time on the podcast.
Not in this case, Q. You had an inconclusive test. You should have quarantined this man until you got a conclusive answer.
Okay.
That's a no-brainer.
Okay, in this case, I will say that. But I know for the stuff they're doing at all these facilities, and the minute they do a contact trace and they feel like they shut the building down for 2 days or whatever, and they moving like the Ravens game got moved twice, right? And I think that wasn't even the first game that they had that got moved. They had another game that got moved before that, right? The Titans games got moved around a couple times. Pittsburgh had to move their games a couple times. Washington got put on an unexpected bye week. Or somebody else, the other thing got put on an unexpected bye week.
Steelers, theirs got pushed back.
Right. So I'm saying, like, and I think with that, you got to give them, like, they moving the pieces around every once in a while. Something like this will happen. Look, I'm not excusing them for it, but I do think they've taken some crazy, extreme measures to kind of give us our game. You know what I mean? Like,
but I'm trying to figure out. And this is just me. And I know this COVID-19 has affected people differently, but they didn't take people or pull people. I remember basketball players or any sports playing when guys had the flu.
Right.
They would announce it. He's got flu-like symptoms today, but he's gonna play. And I can't think of nothing more contagious than the flu. And if you playing in contact sports with the flu, even though it ain't so-called deadly,
right.
You can still get another team star player out for a couple of weeks because he's not himself because of the flu. I don't get all this. The guys ain't found in warm-ups.
Yeah.
That means everybody's positive. Des Brown's preparing to play in the NFL game and feeling that great. He's out there warming up.
Every person that he can you imagine how many people he got to come in contact with in that one day, from staff to his family, and then the people that came in contact with, once he was dapping up and stuff, like they went on to continue to play the game, and went home.
I'm gonna show you how crazy it is. You ask my own answer the question, Big Q.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm gonna ask JB. You go to work every day, right?
Right.
You go get checked before you walk into the building, correct?
No.
Oh, you don't get checked? Well, okay. Well, let me go further. I just put myself out there. Before we get up in the building, we gotta answer all these questions. 10 questions, I think it is. We got to say, no, have you been in contact, woo, 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 woo.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get our temperatures taken before we walk into the door.
Yeah.
Now, if we can't pass the temperature or pass some questions, you know what they tell us? Go home, call HR.
Mm-hmm.
We off 10, 14 days.
Wow. No pay.
NFL, you catch it and you off damn near 2 to 5 days.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that picture?
It's crazy.
And everybody got different protocols, and everybody got different safety mechanisms, and everybody experts say 14 days, now it's 7. I remember 6 feet turned to 10 went back to 6.
Right.
I remember it affected elderly and the underlying ill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've heard stories where people that were supposed to be healthy.
It's been it's been going through.
But for the sake of a communicable disease, man, I'm no disease expert, nothing like that. But just common sense wise, if you got something that's highly contagious and you didn't get a definitive answer and you let this person go prepare for an NFL game, this is not a high school game, college game.
Right.
That's ridiculous. That's completely on there. That's negligent in the total sense of the word.
Right. And you know what? With that, you're right. In that one little case, if something crazy would happen, I ain't wishing this on nobody. But if something down that chain, let's say one of them random staffers, family members got really, really sick, or Lord forbid, they died. Don't you think they got a case? I mean, they got a legitimate case, right? Josh is in the house.
I mean, you got a guy out there just hopping around looking fine. I mean, but you can take the incident and do what you will with insight.
Yeah.
This guy, I keep stressing this because I want to drive the point home without actually explaining it. This guy's preparing to play in the NFL game.
Right.
He's out there warming up. This is pre-game situation, and you feel fine enough after your test conclusively came back positive. You preparing to play in a game.
That's rough, man.
Was upset that he didn't get to play. He felt that great. He was that prepared and that ready to go.
Yeah.
So you do with that what you will. Do with it what you will.
Well, we can talk about the COVID stuff all night. Josh AB is in the building. He said, "What up, boys? Hope you guys are doing better." He's coming in on Periscope and on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right.
you on YouTube?
That's what he said. Okay, so we'll go from something a little heavy to something a little lighter, right? And I guess depending on whose perspective you look at, whether it's light or not. Let's take a look at this. And let me, because I know we all watch this, and I know for me, I was watching the game, and I was really hoping, the Jets are ready to do this, but this is what happened. This is how it goes down.
Jets coming. Carr puts some air under it. Wide open is
Okay, I gotta do this one more time. Hold on, let me see this one more time.
Carr puts some air under it. Wide open is for the
Okay. So how do you know what to start with this one? Oh, you do all of the stuff in the game, JB. Like I thought, play calling was pretty good. They were playing good on defense. They were playing, they were running some decent offense. They was keeping the Raiders on their heels. Everything was looking great. And their clock management was pretty damn good, right? Till we get to the end of the game, and this defensive play call comes down, JB. And this happens to you. Now, granted, you got to say you 0-11 at this point? 0-10?
12.
Oh,
11.
okay.
12.
He said at this point.
At this point, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, whoever made the call from upstairs, right? What was they thinking about? I mean, okay, let's put you in the coach's shoes right now. You got the game on. You got the game on. You just need to put up a little. What was how many seconds were left on the clock?
30 seconds.
30 seconds left on the clock. All you got to do is keep them in front of you, and you dial us. Let me know how you feel about it.
Greg Williams should have got fired after the game instead of Monday morning.
Right.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Because you had the game won. You had a 4-point lead with 30 seconds left on the clock. You're supposed to throw in every 7 to 8 secondary players in the backfield. Man, like you said, keep everybody in front of you.
Yes.
You gonna go blitz.
Yes.
You go blitz with, and then you got the fastest man, one of the fastest wide receivers.
Yes, and Ruggs.
Your Ruggs and for the team. You go man to man.
Man to man. He got torched.
The result is that the dude got smoked and got the touchdown and got to win. I think they still try to go get Trevor Lawrence.
Maybe
they want to make sure they have top thing.
You think Greg? You know how Greg is. He has
an ego out this world.
A little exotic. You know what I'm saying? Do you think he was going for an exclamation point right here? What you think? I mean, because that's
he was just showing. You know what? I'm gonna show you how good I am. I'm gonna blitz you one more time. We're gonna catch the second. Go home.
That's what it looked to me, JB. It looked like he was going for an exclamation point. What you think? JB? Yeah.
I think it was a gaff call because you measure that call by how well you getting pressured throughout the game.
Yeah.
You measuring it, but the situation wasn't there for him. It's 30 seconds to go. I don't think they had timeouts. They wasn't playing sideline. So how do you cover zero? What was the point in that? Why would you go cover zero again? It's like, to your point, one of the fastest receivers in the game.
Right.
Had no help, no safety help. It's 30 seconds to go. You can't even get a pick in that situation. What you looking for? Incompletion? 30 seconds on the clock. They got no timeout. The best call would have been to go zone. They throwing for the sideline.
They had to go for the touchdown, especially the toes.
Exactly.
Everybody back there.
So if we can sit here and discuss that situation, you deserve to be fired.
Absolutely.
Everybody involved.
Absolutely.
Even the cornerback that got smoked.
And this out. So can you believe the amount of pressure that coaching staff was under going into this game? Right? You've lost everything. Y'all ain't made a splash. Y'all ain't really made nobody feel confident. Okay, well maybe we just not good enough. We good and we can make some improvements and maybe no, it ain't none of that. It's you guys suck, and everybody know that you ain't did nothing to prove nobody's opinion otherwise until this game. When you got a playoff contending team coming into your house, right? Yeah, they put on a spectacular performance. The play calling was great. The clock manager was, like I said, the clock manager was great. The defense was playing good. Everybody was like, they weren't good enough to really put this game away, but they had the game put away. It was put away. All they needed to do was just keep everything in front of them glass. It would have been over You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, after he made that touchdown, everybody on the team and everybody that was on the field should turn around and looked at Greg Williams like, "What you doing, man?"
Right. You know what I mean? Crazy, man. I don't know. Every time I see it, it blows my mind. But I know, to me, it's like I think he was feeling himself. I think he was feeling real good. Like, oh, we kicked the field goal. You know, they ain't got 30 seconds or whatever. Not knowing, you know, this is John Gruden over there. Okay, that ain't no chump saying whoever from Kentucky. That's John effing Gruden over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that not even count for anything? Like, he showed John Gruden zero respect right there. Done.
Exactly. Let me ask you this question before we move on.
Yeah.
Does Greg Williams get another job in the NFL?
Absolutely, he will. You know why? Because the stuff.
You think so?
Yeah. Just right. Think about this. Think about everything this dude has done, notorious or not. You know, infamous or not. He's known for doing crazy stuff like this, and this stuff gets him fired, but this stuff also gets him hired.
I guess so, because he showed Adam Gates no respect. I know Adam Gates sucks as the head coach. He be doing interviews. He be doing Adam Gates on the bus.
Right.
And if I'm a head coach, I don't want nobody on my staff on and talk bad about me. I don't give a damn how bad I am.
Right, but you remember he put that stuff in New Orleans, right? You know, and got your boy Sean Payton caught up, right? Sean Payton had to pay a price for that, right? It was 1 year suspension or whatever. Sean Payton had to pay a price for that. Then he went to what did he go after that? He put another stunt, but it wasn't no bounty games. That dude
Browns.
Yeah, it was Cleveland, but yeah. So you go to Cleveland and you got them. I think the same thing that gets them in hot water. Get them like, you know, we need some teeth in our defense. We need some attitude. We need this. We need that. You know, you remember back in the day when everybody was calling they was calling Mike Smith and his defense down in Atlanta soft or whatever. And no coach wants to be called that. You call my no, you bring in a Greg Williams and he do some crazy stuff, or Dirk Cutter. Remember Dirk Cutter was down there in Tampa. Dudes was going for the victory formation. He was trying to take heads off. You know what I'm saying, right?
But see, that ain't how you do it. I mean, just look at the AFC North.
Yeah.
The Steelers, the Ravens. Look at the Chicago Bears.
Right.
Defense don't have to do no ugly stuff in order to win, to show their dominance on the defensive end.
Right. Yeah, it's right, man. I don't know. But again, I knew he was going to lose his job, number one, because there's a lot of pressure. They ain't won nothing. And the coach didn't want to get caught up in that. So, you know what? Somebody got to get on the hook for that. Somebody got to be, you know, and probably it should have been.
You guys were saying that you think that Gase or
Yeah.
Greg would have this is a resume builder. Well, not so much a resume builder, but will give him a hopeful. I don't think so.
I'm talking about Williams. I'm talking about Williams because this is his third or fourth.
Yeah.
This is third or
I
fourth
don't
job.
think so. I don't think so. I mean, you got too many. This is the Bounty Gate job, right?
Yes.
Nah, man. I think you got too many stops. This is the gambler, man. You know, you're doing all these unconventional things, taking these chances. At some point, at some point, you got to coach a game.
Right.
You have to. You had 12 cracks at it this season with this team. You can come through, and you got exposed at the last one. You got exposed.
Every time
you got exposed as a bad play caller and not understand the situation. So if that ain't glaring for an NFL team, even on the high school, I wouldn't have him on my staff.
But if you count the games from last year, like the end of the season last year, along with, I don't think the Jets have won a game, and you know, I think they've lost their last like 16 or 17 games, right? So if you losing like that, right? If you're losing like that, you got to bring in somebody who's gonna think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's gonna be like,
man, you had this. You had last year. You had the Jets. How many chances
what are you showing?
There's a lot of defensive coordinators that should have chances more than.
And this is how you keep the parity in the league, by shuffling these losers around. Let some of these other guys come up on these staff. Let somebody. They ain't necessarily guy. I ain't lobbying for whatever color it is, but get B&M in there finally. The whole league calling for that
the
guy.
whole league calling for him.
Get more guys like Kingsbury. Get more people. Look what Patricia done. He just finessed Detroit. He never was a good coach.
No.
Everybody who come from the Belichick tree,
Exactly.
up until this point, Purnell and maybe the guy in Tennessee. The rest of it has been just lore.
Yeah.
You know, Belichick compartmentalized very well, and everybody see that. But anyway,
and I've always been talking about the San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator. What, Saleh? Robert Saleh?
Just get new people. It was just like back a few years ago, we was talking about all these Matt Flynn's and all these has-been backups.
Right.
And flush them, get rid of them. And then when they finally did, you see Jackson, Watson, Holmes. You see all this stuff. The guys that can really play.
But you know what the league is looking for? The league is looking for those forward-thinking coaches like Sean McVay or that dude Stefanski up in Cleveland. You know, it's a couple of them who really know how to move the things around the chessboard. They kind of they don't think so traditionally. Look, I'm not caping up for and I'm not trying to put Greg Williams over. I'm just saying, if it was me and my team was getting beat from pillar to post for the last year and a half, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to roll the dice on some crazy lunatic who going to think outside the box and blitz on when you got a team beat. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
I mean, look, the play call was bad.
Look at his resume. That's all I got to say.
The screws loose, the foundation cracked, guys opted out, guys got traded, quit on them. Jamal Adams got the hell up out of there. It's bad. Gay staring off into space and his welcome in. I mean, it's bad. It's just like bad looks, man. It's just bad, man. They need to just burn that whole thing up, man. It's like I saw on Twitter. Somebody say JETSS just in the season, man. Just get out of there.
I like that.
Get out of there.
That's what I do.
Get them gone,
Yeah,
man.
just
Say you glad they pulled the trash around.
It was. Listen, man.
It's worse than the Tannenbaum years. I feel like it's worse than the Tannenbaum years.
At least, I don't know. But for the ones who watching the stream, man, we understand it. I don't know what's going on, man. OBS was being weird today. A lot of stuff was being crazy. We're just trying to fight the technical difficulties, man. If you don't, you just want to just listen to us, and say what is, man, we appreciate it. We're gonna move on though. We'll talk about before we get to this last of the playoff picture and wrap the show up. I want to talk about this one, man. I want to take a good look at this. We talked about Carson Wentz, and he's having a rough go at it right now. Like, listen, actually, I think he's been on a downturn since that Super Bowl year. I don't think he's been. He said that's called a COVID connection. Okay. But I don't think Carson's been right since the Super Bowl year. I think that version of him we saw go out for the season with that injury. Somebody else showed up in his place. I don't think and that's why I'm saying I was upset with Philadelphia for making the wrong choice, and they held on to Wentz instead of holding on to Foles or whatever. Let Foles go to Jacksonville or whatever. But it is what it is. But then they're in trouble now because they got to figure out what to do with this guy. They just activated Jalen Hurts, and it looks like that's going to be the future of the team right now. I ain't got enough sample size glass to really put a grade on him yet. Just like was with the young guy who got before he got injured in Cincinnati. I wasn't really high on him. Joe Burrow was no one overall pick. I wasn't super high on him. And it was a lot of noise about Tua. But then you know what? He came in and he showed me that you might have a spark with them. So what happened? He ended up getting benched, right? So the spark was there, and then once it wore off, he showed that he was an NFL rookie. They activated Jalen Hurts, JB, and we trying to figure out what to do with Wentz. First, let me ask you this: them activating Hurt over Wentz. How you feel about that one?
I think it's a bad move. Jalen Hurts obviously didn't come in a top prospect. I definitely think the kid could play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you exhaust every stone or consider everything Wentz is before you move off of them, because that team is different. That is not the Super Bowl team that franchise has got. I remember when McNabb went that franchise. I remember when. So listen, the time between Cunningham to McNabb to fast forward to present day, that franchise will rest on their laurels. Anytime they do something good, 5 or 6 or 8 years has to go by before they realize it's not the same team.
Wow.
And that Super Bowl team on all levels is not the same. There's some pieces left on each level, but you're not going to get. I don't care who you put over there in Philadelphia. You're going to see what you see.
Right.
And so I think that you should load back up, try to compete, make a run. Use Wentz. If he don't produce, then you go.
Well, we're going to look at it, Glass, and we got a couple of options here. What happens if they decide to, well, they got some options what they decide to do with Wentz here. So let me just put in a few I can see here. So if he cut before March 20th, 2021, which I think that's next year, they lose $24.5 million. If he cut between March 20th and June 1st, they lose $39.5 million. If he cut after June 1st, it's during the summer, they go even. So hold on to him for a little bit, wait a little bit, and then they can break even right there. Traded before March 20th, they can save $850K, almost $1 million. If they traded after March 20th, they lose $9 million, right? 9.1. And if they wait and keep another year, like JB said, and try to run it one more time with him, they can save almost $7 million if they hold on to him. So Glass, with the numbers being up there, you're looking at them, right? What's the move? What you do?
Yeah, we're in the March 20th, 2021.
Right. Okay.
That's as simple as that. That's the same feeling I had when the Panthers did Cam Newton.
Right.
It's all about the money. If you're not worth the money that you're worth if we hold you.
Right.
Now, somebody in Philadelphia needs to be fired because I think it was logical to keep Wentz and get rid of Foles at that time because before Wentz went down, he was the MVP caliber quarterback.
11 games, Glass.
Yeah.
The problem I have is now you gave him $120 million for I don't know how many years. That's where the problem was. I would have put him on franchise tag on whatever to see what we got.
First of all, why do you do that if he wasn't the one who brought the trophy to your city in the first place? He wasn't the one who did it. I don't know.
Foles gave us sacrifice. He came in, you broke the fast, bring Foles, and you won the championship. Okay, correct. I would have kept Foles. Hey, you see what Foles doing in Chicago?
Right.
Yeah.
Foles not
See what Foles doing because of Philadelphia.
Right.
He's not a 16 guy. He'll give you put him in for 5 games, 6 games, what was the playoff? 5 games?
Yeah.
He'll do it for you, but he's not a 16.
He's a Ryan Fitzpatrick. All of them in the same mold.
Yeah, but that team
Quarterback.
that Foles was on during the Super Bowl run, that's the team he would have came back to. He didn't get a chance to come back to that team. They yanked him and put Wentz back in, and he didn't even finish what he started.
Well, he didn't start nothing. He came in there and he didn't start anything. Man. And let me just add, Philadelphia, listen, your division, you let the Giants, Washington, just pass you up.
Yeah.
To take the lead in the division. Philadelphia needs to just cut bait, just bring Wentz in and see what you guys can do. They should have brought Jalen Hurts in. He's not ready. He's a first round quarterback. He came in the second round. There's a reason why he was a second round quarterback.
And look, the Philadelphia Eagles wasn't trying to repeat. You wasn't going to get that. Look what happened in the ensuing season. Look what I mean. Look what that roster was. And look at it the next year. You've been trying to repeat. So what was the plan giving consequence $100+ million contract? What was you hoping to happen? So this is not rocket science. What you see is exactly what you had to. This is what you've done. But they trying to live off our reputation of what it was, man. That's over. Those guys are there.
So
you lucky to be even anything right now with the team you got.
I guess it really comes down to you got this young rookie, they got a young guy who they paying basically nothing right now. I don't know what
the issue.
No. What I'm saying, I'm talking about the bottom line and what you get out of the quarterback play. Again, if we go back to the numbers again, right? They run it. They run it back one more time with wins. They you know what? Let's go 2020. Let's do it. Let's go on and see what happens in 2022 when your contract runs out. They save a boatload of money, or you know what? They can wait till the summer, get rid of them, roll the dice with the young guy, and not have to worry about no money. They can gain no money. They ain't gonna lose no money. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the goal.
right. You know what I mean?
Listen, I know this is a sport, but this is also a business.
Absolutely. Yes. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Yeah, Wentz $120 million was a mistake from the get-go. I don't think, it ain't keep saying it's the market. It's the market. F the market. Because because Baker Mayfield's coming up for his contract, and I'm damn, I'm giving over $100 million for what he's about to do.
Well, you know, you better break the bank. You know what I mean? Because you know what? If Dak Prescott gonna get 45, 47, 48 million dollars a year, Baker gonna get $50 million a year. You know what I mean?
Let's see if Dak gets $40 million first. All that.
Right, you know, well, that's what that price is right now. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
You know?
please. I love me some Dak, but how high? Okay, let me ask you this. I understand the ceilings went up a little bit with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Everybody's not a Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
Everybody's not Aaron Rodgers. Everybody's not a Drew Brees. Everybody's not Tom Brady. I'm not paying you all this money
Yeah.
to the market. You show me what you got and work on from there.
Hey, listen, you know what?
All I'm saying is that you don't want to be messing around with the quarterback position. The Eagles just make a very great mistake right now.
Well, they can do
Set you back at least 5 years.
They can do
It's
the
just the
same.
first experiment. You bet on that versus a guy that gave you that was part of a big
Yeah.
production. The reason why you was even eligible for the Super Bowl.
right.
So I wouldn't be better than average. I wouldn't be dabbling around with it too much.
It's on my stuff right now, though. I don't know, man. It's just,
Financially,
yeah.
the Philadelphia Eagles all the money to give the city their first Super Bowl ever.
Mm-hmm.
When you give them the first Super Bowl, what you do next? Clean shop. We get rid of everybody, save money,
Yeah.
and we just
It takes like
that
4 years
Super Bowl
for another one.
makes Philadelphia fans happy for another 10 more years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're gonna be expecting that and not look at all the transactions and X and Y.
Exactly.
The team that we see this year or the ensuing year, the year right after the Super Bowl run, was pitiful.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have beat nobody. They
Right.
wouldn't have beat nobody. All you had was a heavily paid quarterback.
Right.
That's what you had. They didn't retain really nothing else. Most
Yeah.
of the guys were free agents on 1-year deals. Most
Mhm.
of them,
Look at your team, JB. The Ravens when Flacco won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Same thing. You got all the wide receivers that paid
It's
Flacco,
that's it.
and you left paying this man all his money, and he could do the same thing.
and the trend right there, except for in New England, because Tom Brady would not soak up a whole lot of
And we can say
But-
Seattle.
Yeah, but yeah.
right. So, but they don't get rid of what made them. How can you expect still sell out those having sellouts at your home game? You not got everybody that attracted you to the team.
Yep.
Right, right,
It's retarded, but it's a business.
right.
It's
Yeah.
a business.
That's exactly what's happening in Carolina. They got rid of everybody. And, you know, it's a good thing if anything good come out of COVID for certain teams is that, like, the total Cam Newton thing, the fan base and all that stuff, man, like, everybody, since everybody going to the game, no way is, you know, they kind of did good on that. Okay, so our final look at the playoff picture before it becomes reality, right? Because right now this is still, it's still projected stuff, right? And I think a couple teams can clinch. I think Pittsburgh clinched, didn't they?
Have it and for the Chiefs. They don't have an extra wide, do they?
Okay.
Chiefs clinched.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where we sit right now. Okay. So last one game. Well, actually, it take two. It take 2 games. It take 2 losses from New Orleans, 2 wins from Green Bay for Green Bay to get that number 1 seed. Like I said, they were gonna get. So they get close. So the Saints drop game. They'll be tied, but I don't think there's no. Is there a tiebreaker? They played each other this year. They did, didn't they?
Eagles and
No,
Packers. I mean,
Saints and Packers. Yeah.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either. So it has to be 2 losses from New Orleans, 2 wins on Green Bay. Sorry, 3 weeks left in the season. So you know we'll see how that play out, right? And of course you know you got the Giants. So that's the spice I'm talking about, JB. Here's the spice, right? The spice is Minnesota, who in the first half of the year did absolutely nothing, right?
Right.
And they just enough to get them on the board, right? You know what I mean?
That was quite a feat what they was able to do.
Okay, however you want to spend it, it's cool. Now, they did better than what the Giants did. The here. He's here, right? But they pulled off some spectacular last weekend, which showed they got a little bit of attitude, they got a little bit of teeth. That's the spikes in the place I'm talking about. I ain't saying they gonna roll up in LA and knock out the Rams or do the business to the Packers or what. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying that's a little bit of spikes right there, JB. You know. Anyway, the NFC East teams, well, particularly the New York Giants. I like the New York Giants in a playoff situation, especially when they have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. I like that, right? Seattle, on the other hand, they have a lot to lose. This is supposed to be an MVP year for Russell Wilson. You know, ran a couple of stumbling blocks, and of course, you got the quote unquote GOAT in Tom Brady in Tampa, who upset the Tampa. I'm ain't used to that, like, going to the playoffs without having that number one seed, right? So I'm just see how this is gonna play out. I'm not having that head start. What you think about that, Glenn?
About what?
Tom Brady not having that head start, because I don't think he'll get it. Because
He playing with house. I don't think he expected all that. He's just doing what he has to do with the team that he has. I don't think he really expected, especially now. Just you don't have two teams with a bye. You got one team, so he knows what he's working with, especially with the Saints in the division.
Yeah.
So they got swept by the Saints, so that's okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually didn't think that the Bucs were going to make the playoffs, but it looked like they do step to. It's really New Orleans, Green Bay, LA. I don't think LA will represent the West. Okay, but I think they win it. I don't like.
You talking about the Rams?
I like Seattle making more noise than LA. I do. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, Seattle's defense suck.
Yeah.
But they're really good because of Russell Wilson. On the other hand, defense legit, man. And if Jared Goff is turnover to a minimum, to be more accurate, which he has shown lately, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, man.
They're going to be one of the teams that going to get taken out by either the Vikings or the Giants. Take the Rams out, right? But then we got this. I thought this right here, but I thought this would have flipped flop. I thought Kansas City would have got the number one over Pittsburgh in this particular era, but it's tied right now. It looked like Pittsburgh still got the number one.
Still got the bye.
Yeah, so they still got it right now. We still got a week to go, but there's still fights in there. It's not fights in there. It's just that thing, right? Cleveland, Miami, and Indy. All three of them teams are intriguing to me. Now, Buffalo too. Buffalo was my LA team. Like the same, like LA. Like I said, LA was knocked out by a lower tier team. I think Buffalo is too. I think somebody like Cleveland or Miami would knock them out. But that's what we're looking at the FCJB. Now your boy still got an opportunity to knock out Cleveland, right? Inside in there. So they still got a chance. Like I said, the more we all out. Well, look at the JB. How you feeling?
I mean, it's all possible. I mean, it looks like everybody's taking a 2 or 3 game losing streak. It's sporadic. It's kind of whenever it happens, who knows? The Steelers lose out. You just don't know. Tennessee could lose out. The Dolphins could lose out. It's possible.
Right.
I know this is for the first time of year, but this is not the LA. No, 2 game losing streak. I mean, they just lost. So, the Dolphins just lost. The Titans just lost. I don't know if Buffalo ended up pulling their game out there. So it's can happen with 3 games, and if it's against your respective conference team or your division of team, then it can mean double with the last 3 to go.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, for us, lost to Cleveland Monday night, we start kind of canceling Christmas.
I really think that's what I'm looking for at that, because I know it's gonna be 2 AFC North teams. Because actually there's 2 AFC South teams in there too. So Ravens technically can slide that, but Cleveland still exists in there. They can still do it. You know what I mean? But it ain't gotta be Baltimore or Cleveland. It can be both. It can be 3 teams in there from them. You know what I mean? But
I don't think they're going to. Well, I mean, the playoff alignment is just a little different.
Right.
It ain't going to be a clear-cut division winner wild card, a wild card guy and another guy.
Right.
That'd be a first. I've seen 3 teams from one division make it before, but that was because it was parity in other places.
Right. And don't they do like this on wild card weekend? Because on wild card weekend we normally have what 4 games, right? And this time it's gonna be 8 games.
No,
6 games.
6 games. Yeah.
6 games. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I'm intrigued about it because really, Indy showing up as the division leader for the AFC South. No, they're not. The season there, right?
That's right. So there's a couple. Like I said, these last 3 games, there's some things that happen. Here comes the crazy thing about the coach situation. I think they got a game to go.
I think they do.
Maybe week 17.
So I mean, and Buffalo and Miami in the same division with a game to go.
Yes.
So it can definitely change. So respectively, because it's double. You lose to your division 4 right now, job for playoff spot.
Yeah.
It hurts twice as much. It hurts.
Because really, I don't think Cam and the Patriots don't make that much noise. But even though it's weird because you got Miami, I didn't think it would be. I thought it would be New England and Buffalo. I didn't think that Miami would be over.
New England's going to be the team out of that AFC East that hurt one of these 2 teams.
Right.
I think they're going to hurt the Dolphins.
Yes. So,
And because they just hurt the Colts. The Colts are almost on the outside looking in because we're right on them.
right. I think the only way the Raiders got a chance, they can't do it through their division. They're going to have to get in with somebody else's misery from the other side, from the AFC South or the AFC East. I don't think they're going to be able to get in because I think Kansas City is so far ahead of them, right? Raiders are what's that?
7-5.
7-5 and the Chiefs are
They
11.
very well may not make it.
Yeah, I don't think
Unless the new playoff format allow it, but I don't see it.
I'm like,
And this week, they the Colts.
oh,
So here we go. Again, just you see what I'm saying? Unless it all just offset and we lose, Browns, the Browns beat us. All the teams that's respectively on the fringe or on the bubble are already in by 1 game. Everybody loses, it's a wash.
Yeah, I think this is going to look a lot different. So versus looking at the other one, I don't see that much change in this one because the bubble teams we got the Cardinals in the NFC ain't much don't change there. I think this don't end up looking sort of like it look right now. I think Green Bay and New Orleans on flip flop spots, right? But this AFC picture is gonna look. I think 3 weeks is gonna look a lot different. I think every spot gonna be different. I think every single spot gonna be different. I think Pittsburgh won't be the number 1. I guess I'm gonna be Kansas City. I think Tennessee will end up being 2, and then Tennessee.
How can Kansas City go to 2?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking Tennessee. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, so I would say Kansas City would end up being number 1, then Pittsburgh to Tennessee, right? Yeah.
Tennessee number 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
I thought you said Tennessee number 2. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
I'm nervous for my Browns because I think the Ravens going to end up taking them out, but
I think the Colts will leapfrog over them teams.
oh, yeah.
They might leapfrog to number 5.
They better start because they probably gonna limp the way out, or I won't say limp. They get past this game, they could cruise a little bit because they'll leave Jacksonville, Miami to go,
Yeah.
or the Titans. But it's all still very important.
Right.
Everybody in the NFC right now.
Right.
I'm looking at it, it's very important.
I think this is the season where no, lose 1 game.
Okay. Let's do one.
I'm doing class.
No, because
Look at the schedule.
real quick, 8 teams. My
Okay.
you knew we got to double enough bet, bro. I knew you were going to say that. You only have 5 packs of cigars, bro. You said beginning of the season. This game. Who we got? Oh, you know who I got. Wait, this is JB. We wash.
Right.
JB, who you got, man?
you pick? Who you lined up?
Broncos is 4-8 going to Bank of America to play the Panthers at 4-8.
I'm taking the Broncos, man.
You take, okay, we got time to do it. But anyway, what might end up happening is that if we find some time this week, no, not this, because I got to be at Friday. But if you find time tomorrow, if you think podcast, I would love to debate you on that. Yeah, I would love to.
I'm trying when I get back from the situation I get back from. I'm gonna hit you up.
The Broncos. I like my man at quarterback. He could have pulled it off the other night, man. The stage got a little bit bigger. Drew Lock was quite that problem.
True love. Yeah. So the thing is that I don't know who's going to get a quarterback. I don't know what the problem is, but that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But if it's got to be PJ, I like PJ. I like that. I like it won't be Christian McCaffrey. I don't know.
You sure? He's coming back.
He's been cleared to practice, but I don't think they're playing. I think they're going to shut him down for the rest of 3 games left. I don't think they're playing. But I think it's going to be a hard game to watch. I think watching the offenses of both these teams is going to drive me crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
But you got to stick with the home team. And you never know. Some lucky might happen. I mean, PJ might come out there and have a game.
I think praise is
Depending on luck, huh?
No, I still think my wide receiver is better than his. But we'll talk about that at the time.
What about running back? Let's go.
Hey, they got a quarterback. The interception percentage kind of go down when you quarterback is a guy that don't play out there.
Well, yeah. They have missed about interceptions and margin over there, so we got that deal on the field. So, let's talk to the team.
Anyway.
The show's just as make sure you keep that on how many boxes of cubes he owed you. Trust me, he got you. He got to play it.
Some on this one, Black.
It's double nothing.
Man, you gonna be keeping to the side.
We feel like right? Like, it's like so backed up. Man, doing how much you owe. Anyway, like I'm glad you come back. Production was a little bit rough on the show this week. I will go and dissect this and figure out what's going on. And prepare for Sunday's best tomorrow, and then hopefully I'm gonna get hooked up with guys and do this back. Anyway, fellas, come through. Go ahead and just step up and step over real quick. I can't put you on.
Well, thanks for us, man. So like every time we take a break, the 10 bucks just come and just take over. The honor that we are not doing this because we want to, but appreciate our opportunity, man. You can always find me live on Wednesday, hopefully.
If you don't see me here, on TeamBoydTV Live, you can catch me on 6 Sports Podcast. It's Facebook, FM, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or you can follow me on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, The Stage Sports, Twitter, @StageSports1. Send your comments, suggestions, or contact you via email at thestagesports@gmail.com.
Also, show fellas, if you guys want to see what's going on with the big, check me out on this best, man. Show we got tomorrow. And don't forget, if you watch, listen to either my podcast, you can actually be part of the show, man. You can leave a voice message for either one of us. We'll address the podcast, talk about it, and kind of thing. And support both of them. We appreciate it. And even, appreciate that too. And we're going to have another, we're going to hopefully try to get the rest of the season problem free.